3 weeks ago, at the beginning of December, Pope Francis traveled to Greccio, halfway between Rome and Assisi, to the Shrine of the Nativity, the place where, back in 1223, St. Francis invited locals to help recreate the setting of the birth of Jesus: a manger, an ox, a donkey. St. Francis's biographer writes that all those present were filled with an indescribable joy. Now, 800 years later, Pope Francis has offered a meditation on nativity scenes, speaking of them as being a living gospel that draws us into the mystery of the Incarnation, God taking human flesh. Setting up a Christmas creche helps us to imagine the scene. From the manger, God, Eternal One, enters into the poverty of our human lives, the brokenness of our world, launching what the Pope refers to as a revolution of tenderness. The source from which all life comes became life. As the letter of John relates, in Jesus, this life was revealed, this life appeared. Christ comes quietly into our noisy world. Mary is there in the nativity scene, the mother who contemplates her child and shows him to every visitor. Joseph, too, the guardian who protects his family as he ponders the mystery. Also the cast of characters in most every creche, the angels heralding good news, the shepherds who are privileged witnesses, the sheep, the donkey. Eventually, too, the Magi, who teach us that people come to Christ by a very long route. Pope Francis goes on to note that children, and adults too, love to add other figures to the nativity scene, each bringing their lives, bearing their burdens, carrying their treasures, poor though they be. Each, he says, show that in the new world inaugurated by Jesus, there is room for whatever is truly human, and for all God's creatures. They too have every right to draw near to the infant Jesus. No one can evict them or send them away. In this quiet place before the Christ child, we too are invited to come, to learn to walk with each other in our woundedness, to learn to be vulnerable and to show tenderness, to let ourselves be made small so that we can reflect a little of the light that comes when God embraces powerlessness. And in that quiet place, we hear God say, I am with you, to stay. It is your world I have come to dwell in. Your broken heart and wounded soul I have taken for my home. My love will light the darkness. So, friends, light the candles and open your hearts. It is Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody.
I said